Alrighty, hello everybody, welcome to the stream here on VR Master League channel Uno, and you know, I'm Palidore, being joined by Palidore, and we've got some good matches for you here tonight on one, and as well as venues, which does start in about half an hour. Now, I'm curious, Twitch chat, curious. You guys hear the cricket in my background? Anyone who's been watching some of these casts that I've done, even extending back to two and a half weeks ago, I swear, the same cricket. Driving me nuts. Oh boy, oh boy. Don't hear it. Well, good, good, I'm glad. I don't get it. Aren't they supposed to show up later in the night? It just seems like this particular cricket only shows up when I'm casting. Doesn't matter if it's morning, afternoon, or evening, or the midnight hours. Anyways. Conspiracy, I say. Nonetheless, we are getting ready here to start rather shortly. Hustle and Flow, Team Amoeba, here in the Platinum Division, as you can see. If you zoom in your ears there a little bit. Oh boy. Well, I'm gonna go cricket hunting here in a little bit. Don't worry. I don't know. I can never pinpoint exactly where it is, but boy. Anyway, never you mind, folks, never you mind. So here on streams tonight, again, we have Amoeba versus Hustle and Flow, about to start off soon in the Platinum Division. Meanwhile, awaiting at the other end of this cast is going to be, let's see, Arsenic versus Fox Force 5. A little bit of a short break after that, and then we will have ourselves, let's see, Flare, I believe, versus Corrosion. Very heavy on the hype votes, that match. And finishing things off on Channel 1. Well, maybe not finishing off. There's some more matches that might take later. Depends on how the voice goes, you know? But then we'll have the Memers versus Tenacious Herbivores. That will be at 7 Pacific, so a couple hours away still. But also, importantly, of course, venues, as I mentioned. So over on the main channel, as well as, you know, venues and Facebook Live, YouTube gaming, and all that good stuff, we will have our weekly North American venue showcase. That one will be Newton Dad camming, along with Sir Dimwee and Luke casting. You got some great matches on there, rest assured. And that starts in about 27 minutes from now over on the main channel. And we'll be starting off with, first, the highly hype-voted match between Tarot Club and 9. And following that one, another super hype match in Bangarang versus Overkill. Reminder that Overkill is still undefeated in the weeklies, at the very least. Challengers Cup, different story, but Overkill and Bangarang, two teams who you could expect to have a very good chance at showing up in that Challengers Cup a couple weeks from now. And a very good chance as much as any other team and making that Master Division. Overkill was very close. So that match, that'll be exciting. That's happening in about an hour on venues. And then following that one, two more matches in the Master Division. We've got Kangarillas versus Ignite. Goodness. And LA Skyline versus Kangarillas. Man, we got a lot of stuff. So wherever you are, whoever you are, appreciate you for joining me. I feel like there was a bug in my eye. Was there? It's either a hair or a bug. It wasn't the cricket. A lot of bugs bugging me tonight. Not to be confused with Bugs Bunny. That said, like we're still waiting for one more to show up on one of these teams, apparently. I'm not quite sure if they're trying to figure out the exact roster or sub or what have you, but we'll roll with it. We'll rock with it. All that good stuff. Okay, so it looks like we're going. Lifespan for a cricket is 90 days. I did not know that, but thank you for the information. So by my calculations, at most, I maybe have like, I don't know, another month and a half of that cricket. Unless I can track it down. I don't know. It's looming like underneath one, like my bookshelf or my desk or something back there. I don't know. It's a pain. But anyways, glad to have you guys here on the stream. That said, Little Zol once more. Pink Llama, Goldridge. What's up, Goldridge? Sorry I haven't been around too much on the OCE side of things, but you remember what happened the other week? When stayed up much too late. Not that it was your guys' fault. It was, I couldn't sleep, right? Just one of those nights where I couldn't sleep, so I was in cast anyway as well. Yep, that kind of threw off my schedule for the last 2 weeks. I've been trying to build it back to normal. That said, back into the goal. Just missing there for the first joust, Hustle and Flow. They may just get this disc back at the trap, and they'll do just that as J-Train obtains and sends it over to Mark. So, on the mark, get set, go. First round underway, and some slow offense forming here, attempting to get it going. Looking for their spacing, but no go on that attempt. Looking for their stacks once more, and see that one stack retreats way back. Maybe didn't realize the disc actually got stuck on this side of the floor, so JT will send it off. But that stack, as I was saying that, well, playing a little bit of hide and seek, as I did indeed seek that disc. And now seeking the goal, but just missing. That said, Goldridge, I did note that Luke has been doing some of those OCE matches, so I'm glad that they've still been covered, at least some of them, so good stuff. Great stuff. What's up, Woody? How's it going? Glad to have Woody in the chat, creating quite the buzz. Get it? Can do this all year. All light year. Anyway. Regardless, never mind my jokes. That said, the story here is going to be another goal, just narrowly missed, but a rebound from Undarb. Undarb over to the backboard, and that's how you do it. So you see, they missed the couple of goals from range, from mid-range to long range. That's okay. What do you do then? You work it in. You work it in even closer. Get something a little nicer looking, higher percentage. That's how you get the confidence underneath you. So, good stuff. Good stuff. And yes, correct, Pyro, in the Platinum Division. I figured you weren't in the games earlier on. We had some European games I was casting. I got to say my favorite phrase a lot. The extra passes. Phenomenal matches early on. I casted 3 EU games here on Channel 1 in a row. And that said, they're going to go for that goal here in this NA portion of our streams. Yeah, the EU matches earlier on Channel 1, all 3 went the distance, 3 rounds. We even had 3 overtimes spread across them. It was amazing. So my luck continues in the casting end as we continue to get some amazing matches happening here. And this one, hopefully going to be much the same. But right now, vying for that control and looking for their first goal is Team Amoeba. Yeah, I said as much, Pyro, in the chat. I was like, I don't think he's here right now because of the late nights and whatnot. But in case you're here, Pyro, how about those extra passes or something along those lines? I didn't think you were there, but nonetheless, you made me remember. So remember now, trying to crash that goal, but that will dash by the cutting player. It's going to be taken now, J-Train and the stack with smoke. The smoke stacks, I suppose. Down the floor they go. Obtained by Undarb, but under Undarb was JT for the recovery. And J-Train from JT, taking it right back. So a lot of these stacks proving to be handy as they'll hand it off from Mark to Undarb, and they go up by 4. Oh my goodness. The cricket stopped. No, it didn't. No, it came back again. Alright, well. It's Cricket Watch here on VRML Channel 1. Not to be confused by the sport. So taking on this joust now, the stackers. Going with a short dribble, actually right down the floor perfectly. And maybe a goal for Amoeba. Nope, just barely missing that one. And taken back by Free Smoke. Was a good attempt, though. Flynn Ryder saying Spider playing sideways. Now, shout out to Dave Fox, who on Fox Force 5, who we will be also streaming momentarily. Dave Fox, the official, by my books, first player to ever play sideways on purpose, way back in 2017. Doesn't do it anymore, but for the initial months of Echo VR, Echo Arena, Dave Fox was the one and only sideways player. I actually gave it a try for about 2 weeks. I played sideways, just to try it. Didn't go so well. Tilt, though, is going to shift into the goal for their first 2 points on Amoeba. And they'll get it going now. Pyro saying, remember talking to Luke about Hustle? I wanted to cast so I could make puns about Joker Train and J Train. Well, you know what? There's going to be enough puns throughout these casts for, well, all of us, I think. Maybe too much. I got you covered. Just like Undarb. Undarb covered. See, you can even draw one right there off the bat. 5 minutes into this round, nonetheless. Halfway on this half track. Actually, make it a train, not a half track. That's set on track for a pass. Right below. One more back. And into the goal. No, off the backboard it goes. See, you can do this all day. Anyways, going to be taken off here by Spider. They're going to split off, but actually losing the disc and sending it into the ambitious 3. A couple defenders in the goal. They're going to be grabbed now by Spider. Looking much more regular there on the orientation. No longer sideways. For a moment, at least. Passing play there to Crash. Crash dash. Ties it up. Good assist from JT. Now, what's up, Next Tech? Welcome to the chat as well. Next Tech on deck. Flynn Ryder saying Dave Fox is an OG. Absolutely. More and more time passes, the fewer and fewer of us there are. And the more and more we see these newer generations of Echo players, just like here on Team Amoeba and Hustle and Flow, just putting on some shows. Really showing it how far this game has progressed over the last few years. Or even the last year alone. Just incredible the level of gameplay that we see now. A Free Smoke backwards to J-Train. Trying to back that up, and Undarb now from the floor. They've got 3 on the floor, 1 there kind of perched about midway is J-Train, just stabilize a little bit. But with some very stabilized was Crash Dash. Noted that passing lane got in the way and dislodged said disc to maybe give themselves an opportunity at this goal. Will be a one-on-one and a 2-point lead going the way of Amoeba. So good work from Amoeba, who, after going down 4-0, if memory serves, I do have a goldfish brain a little bit more these days. But now a 6-0 run, it looks like. So good stuff from Amoeba to come back into it. Launch out from Mark. Mark to that left lane. And quickly down the relay on this play. And that display was almost a 3, being splashed, although the defense was back in time. So Spider Hobbs takes it and sends it to the left lane, where it does indeed get taken right back by J-Train. As it floats into the wedge, the defense taking position. More handy passing. Handy dandy. That's a notebook. See if Blue can get a clue, though, and get a grab on that disc. And indeed, Team Amoeba will slap it over to the wedge. A stack there able to meet it for Crash and JT, but JT getting stunned, and Crash as well, that is. The stacks being broken up very well by Hustle and Flow. Back into the blue line will be J-Train trying to contest Crash Dash, and does so with some success. The read there. There's that stack. Oh, the grab. Wow. Well, Tilt will get a grab on it. Turns it into a 2-pointer instead of a 3. So some consolation, I do suppose, and it will be a tie as a result. Nice work to get back onto the defense. Just maybe a 1/10 of a second quicker. Maybe you could have gotten the save, but just came in way too hot. Couldn't find an anchor. But like I said, at the very least, it's a tie instead of being down 1 point. So still well done yet. 1 minute 34 seconds remaining in this first round. Very competitive. Down the floor, streaking by. All the players now finding themselves inside this bubble. Nobody in midfield. So the stacks of stacks. Getting back for Mark. Mark, though, getting stunned. JT deep down, stacking with Tilt. Big shot impending here if they can get one off. A Tilt from that shoulder. Tilt to the cutter. Didn't really have a lot of momentum, though. Not a lot of forward momentum, so did not pan out the way they would have liked. Meanwhile, though, Free Smoke getting, well, smoked, I suppose, as it will be Undarb with a 3, but taken back again, and now floating up. Crash Dash playing some defense. Again and again. Wow, Crash Dash, the heroics. Denying a goal that looked like was going to be a high percentage chance had they gotten that grab for Hustle and Flow. But back to it again. Little mishandling, and back into the midfield. So J-Train will bounce that over, hitting the boot on the way in. Next score could very well win this match, or this round, rather. So let's see, 24 seconds, and indeed now it's going to be the case. A 1 goal either way, or we're going to see an overtime soon. Let's see. One or the other is impending. The goal, no one in there. Oh, and I take it back. J-Train looking like an overtime, perhaps. Great job getting back, as it will be pinned off that goalpost, off a ding. One more fling. It's looking a little bit off, and that will be indeed an OT. Now maybe an extra 1 second. Might have been an open 3. But here we go. Overtime. Hustle and Flow versus Team Amoeba. Like I said, casters are very jealous of me. At least I think they are, because this will make my 4th overtime I've had in my streams today. I've only casted 4 matches. That said, here it goes, and wow, what a blazing stack that was on the neutral joust. So Team Amoeba grabbing that one. Spider Hobbs with a chance, but a good cutoff by J-Train. Deep into the other end. Let's see. Stuck in that trap a little bit. Taking it back as Free Smoke. Free Smoke. Fire in the hole. No. Missing that barely. And that is a crusher on the hearts. But still, back into it. A rebound for Hustle and Flow. Taking it back here. It's Free Smoke. Free Smoke. Over to that left lane. J-Train. The train lane. Seeing if they can make their way into the goal. Everyone now inside and trying to complete a passing play, but a little too high on the catch. But in the midfield, the perfect place was Mark. X marks that spot. And with a passing play there, no, JT. Another denial. So the defense from both teams playing those lanes very well. And as I say that, it's Spider Hobbs and Spider Lobs. It's a 2-point victory for Team Amoeba. Round 1 overtime. axdan saying, hello, Pally. Can't wait to cast later on. Will be fun. Oh yes it will. I can assume. Wait, cast with me or beyond the cast? Because if you're casting with me, that means you're focused. We'll be casting the next match with me. That is to say. All right. Well. What a first round that was. I'll leave you here on the score screen for just a slight moment. Give me a sec, because I need to take my sips. Lest my voice be thrown out like it was earlier in the day. Okay, dokes. Back into it now. Pyro saying, watch FMJ versus Iron Legends game. I recall that one. That was from season 1 or 2, right? That I recall that was one of what I cited was one of the best matches of that season. I think it was in Silver Division. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I remember that match. That hard to forget. Both those teams, I believe, have since split into different rosters now. As is the case with Echo. Pretty much happens everywhere now, and that's sports in general, right? But yeah, I remember that match very well. It was one of the best matches that I have casted in VRML. Pyro saying this is half of FMJ. There you go, informing me. Thank you. It's hard to remember, honestly. Trying to remember who was on where now. Because when it goes back to like season 1 or like preseason, I can remember a decent amount of the rosters. But like season 3 and 4, it's too much movement now. It's hard to keep track of who's where. Because every single week rosters change, so you know. I remember names more so than rosters these days, to be honest. But J-Train and Undarb. Gotcha. Well, there you go. So throwback to history, and thanks for the trivia. That's cool. So I guess if nothing else, Undarb and J-Train at least aren't new to these overtime Palidore casts, huh? Works for me. Works for me. Pally has the best luck today. Not even just today. This has been all my casts. I swear. I've been my casting pace hasn't been as booming as it was in previous seasons. I mean, I've got 100 and something, I think now, or close to that, but not quite the same pace I used to have, admittedly. And yet, a lot of my casts, and I mean a lot of them, have been third rounds and or overtimes. Not sure I understand why. Like proportionally to other seasons, I would say this season has been my best so far in terms of I just happen to end up on the games that go 3 rounds or overtimes. It's been great. Teams must like me. I love casting third rounds and I love casting overtimes. Good stuff. That said, all right, here we go. Next round about to go down, looks like. So here we go. Now, if there are any players in the chat, by the way, for Fox Force and Arsenic, which I think there are, you know this, the whole deal, right? I will be here to cast for sure if you guys wait, or even if you guys got to start, right on schedule. I will also join late, either or. I will be there, rest assured. So here we go. Here we go. Round 2 underway. Undarb and Free Smoke linking up for Hustle and Flow, and actually that backstop linking up back stack. What did I say? Back stuck? I don't know. Door stuck. Please, J-Train. Who understands that reference? That is literally, that has to be like a 17-year-old meme I just mentioned there. So never mind. Anyway, J-Train gets the first goal. Hustle and Flow. Good way to start off this round. Door stuck. Oh boy. So, Tilt on this launch. Sends it over to Crash Dash. Meanwhile, off cam, you hear those brawls going on. You can kind of see it in the mid lane. Those stacks a bit delayed. JT trying to work their way up that floor. Good passing angles. Although that last pass there just missing. Sending it over to the midfield and into the trap. JJ cheering on Hustle. As indeed, these teams are hustling. Hustle and Flow might have that second goal. Oh, that dings, and it dings. No winners, however, on that one. Ding, ding, ding. But now on the 4th attempt, in a sense, Mark gets the goal to go. Yeah, that dinged, what, once in the bottom, then twice in the that right pocket. So it had 3 chances to go in. Very unusual to see that many dings and not have a goal. But it does go in eventually. So back to Tilt, here for Team Amoeba. They're obviously in a spot where, as much as I crave it, they don't want to see a round 3. So Team Amoeba will want to be scoring here soon enough and try and close it out in 2. Don't want to give Hustle and Flow too much more momentum, otherwise, you know where we're going. So JT here from the midfield, getting disc control, setting it right down below. to Spider Hobbs. Spider losing the handles, actually. And Mark is able to get a clear. The stack already prepared on the end of Hustle and Flow. They're going to have time to line that up, and wow, the anchor shot just as well. And just in for the 7th point. That's some breaking news. Free smoke. Hustle and Flow, they are indeed, well, hustling, as you saw. They got that breakaway goal, and they are in a flow, because that's 3 in a row. Hustle and goal. Pyro saying that was redarb, not undarb. Oh, well, that might make some sense too. Wait, are you saying different players or just a name change? Like I said, that's another thing too. Players change their names on a dime, I swear. It's purely to mess with us. As undarb, not messing around, they're up by 9 all of a sudden. Wow. Now what a turnaround. What a turnaround for Hustle and Flow in this round. Just barely losing in overtime, and they bring it back into a 9-0 run to start off round 2. That's how you do it. How you do it. With that, some good defensive pressure from Hustle and Flow coming out, but they'll still get this pass off for Amoeba, and they'll work their way up the floor. A chance there, but no. More great coverage from Fire Smoke this time. That's going to sail into Undarb's arms. That's going to be a deep fling, almost a mail slot. Could have been great. Up the floor, taken here. Undarb trying for a boot pass there. J-Train breaking away over to Undarb. Handoff play to Smoke, and Smoke is going to get themselves 11 on the board. Talk about momentum swings. This has been a swing set. If Amoeba's not careful, it'll be a sunset on this round. Pyro saying, change your name 4 times. Just progressive shortening. Well, that's fair enough. I mean, you know, if players shorten their names, it's at least easier to remember, right? Like a lot of people do the whole, you know, shorten your name and add a dash. Like Tilt here, as Tilt gets the rebound and will go into the goal, but no, that dings and then is saved by Mark as well on the second bounce. For all I know, Tilt could have been, indeed, Tilt Shift before, then just went to Tilt Dash as Spider Hobbs gets to go at last. First 2 points for Amoeba in the second round. Took them quite a bit of time compared to that first round, halfway through it. But that could be what they need to get going. You know, I know Ignite or you know, Joker in former seasons, they're one of those teams who developed a lot of the things that more people do these days in the meta. And I would include name changing, the dash thing. I feel like Joker, as much as anyone, is to blame for the dash insanity, as Free Smoke shows the defensive insanity and the intensity. And now going back into the hands of Team Amoeba, though. They'll still have a chance at this one, but no, take it back. J-Train. Back into the midfield, the stack's attempting to gather here quickly. Some stuns coming in. Some slings going out. And 4 minutes still remaining in this round. As the disc does get a little bit lost, JT attempting to track it down. Finds that pass right in the outer reach. Spider Hobbs was just able to get a grab. Had to use the full extent of those spider webs. And they did indeed nab themselves a 4th point. So that's 2 goals in the last minute or so, after being scoreless for the first 5. So, like I said, 1 goal sometimes is all you need to get it going. So with that, let's see, 3:33 left in this one, 1/3 of the way. A big shot there, a great shot there. Hustle and Flow, Free Smoke. Where there's smoke, there is fire. And that is 10 points to lead score here, to lead the scores for all these players. Recognize the hot hand, quite literally to the name, but at this point, I think for Team Amoeba as well, gotta recognize that, okay, Free Smoke is definitely starting to catch serious fire. That'd be a player you want to shut down. Make someone else do the dirty work on offense on the Hustle and Flow side if they can. Because otherwise, Free Smoke is gonna go off again. 16-4, Hustle and Flow. Again, after a first round overtime win by Amoeba, to have it be 16-4, that is definitely, credit to Hustle and Flow. Speaks volumes to their ability to stay engaged in it and not get too discouraged by a tough loss. Team Amoeba now on the back pedal, just trying to find their stability once more and find that magic that had them win that first round. Spider Hubs over to the bubble. Picked off and tapped out there. Or it's picked off and sent again to another interception by Tilt. 2 minutes remaining in round 2. Up top here to Crash. Crash to JT. Wow, that was a thing of beauty from JT. Not JG, but hi JG. It's 16-6. 146 remaining. Alrighty, so Mark, J-Train, trying to make a play happen here. There's the hot hand I talked about. Will be Tilt though the recovery. That's a JT again. Bounce it right down below. Picked off there by Free Smoke. Free Smoke looking to break away into a goal potentially. But just a dive out from JT. So this is good. Even though this round is out of hand for Amoeba, they're showing signs of life. Fittingly for Amoeba, as Spider Hobbs does get their 9th point. So, showing signs. And this is all good signs, great signs, because the third round now, they can go into it a little more confident, saying, okay, we were able to see that disc go into the goal several times in the last few minutes there. So we're not going to be feeling completely cold in the third round. So really good turnaround there for them. But that said, Hustle and Flow looking to continue their streak as well. It will indeed strike through on a technical goal. As apparently the phrase now is 18-9. That may do it for this round. There's a little bit of time. So with that, Tilt, let's see if they make a play or not here. Looking for their angles. I think the most important thing, though, they just didn't want to give an opportunity for a score. And they did not. So, round 3 is coming up soon. Well done from Hustle and Flow. Alrighty, now give me a second for a combination of hydration and also to communicate with our next match, which we will be about 10 minutes late for. Just for posterity. Okay, hello. Sorry for those moments of silence. Just trying to communicate on the Discord with a couple teams. So yeah, we do have Arsenic versus Fox Force 5 coming up right after this one. Also, we do have venues going live. Well, should be live right about now. So that said, again, we have 4 big matches on venues, including 2 master matches and 1 very high diamond match. And opening up as well, let's see. Trout Club They just changed their name. They were Tarot Club. I'm now seeing Trout Club. Nonetheless, that match was highly upvoted as well in, I believe, Platinum Division, I want to say. But yeah, high hype voted was that match. So that's opening venues right now. Just started. Trout Club versus 9. Following that, again, you'll have Bangarang versus the still undefeated in the weekly matches. Overkill. That's going to be a great match. You have the Kangarillas versus Ignite. And then you'll have the Kangarillas versus LA Skyline. That's all on venues, so if you guys want to roam on over there, you can definitely do so as well. I'll link it there in the chat, of course. Actually, no, Wonder did it. So, wonderful. There you go. We can do what a lot of people do, is just have both the streams open at once. Have the sound of one, and then the visuals of the other. It all works. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, big matches for sure. Kangos versus Ignites, and yeah, some major hype. Those are some big time matchups in venues, so you really don't want to miss it for sure. Which again, as I say, I'll also still be live on this channel, so I'm not telling you you should miss these matches. I'm just saying you have choices. You can watch both. You can have options either way. And I mentioned again earlier too, right? The European matches that we did. You know, venues was going on for EU. I don't actually know how all those matches went exactly because I was casting here on one. I casted 3 matches for Europe, and all 3 of them went to 3 rounds. 2 of them had overtimes, including a double overtime. So, anyone's looking to catch themselves up on some good matches, basically look at anything that happened today on VRML 1, and you'll be good. Going on with Anomaly versus Ignite in 25. Unless someone picks it up, I'm not casting it because I'm casting other things. So it can be casted. I know we saw JG in there and Wonder, not to put on the pressure, but as far as what's going on there, what's on the schedule on the VRML website now is basically it's locked in. Well, we were waiting for a while to see because we were unsure if Bangarang versus Overkill was going to be able to reschedule. We wanted them to move back 30 minutes so we can feature them in venues. So once we got word that was happening, then we took that match since that's a pretty hype and big stakes match too in the sense of not only Challengers Cup implications, but also the undefeated streak from Overkill. So if that match wasn't going to be rescheduled, we were probably going to look at doing Ignite versus Anomaly on venues. But yeah. So the way the cookie crumbled. That was it. Anyways. Oh, no, Ignite versus Anomaly wasn't a venues match. Like, it wasn't scheduled to be on venues per se. Basically, that second match was in flux up until we could get back the word from our other teams, Bangarang and Overkill. And, you know, since Ignite also already has a match on venues, we want to try to kind of balance it out a little bit. But yeah, that's why I'm saying you can't go wrong. Of course, these Sunday nights especially, for both EU and NA, they tend to be super stacked. So it's like no matter what we cast, there's always going to be many hype matches that we could not cast. Just the reality of it sometimes. But yeah. Anyways, not sure what the holdup is on this match. Hopefully not too much longer, as we do have indeed the next one going. We do have all 4 players for both teams in the game. But with that said, look like we have the unpause now. Okay, so we're about to go into the 3rd round. Looks like, as far as I know, Arsenic and Fox Force 5 are looking to wait, which indeed always appreciated. That's the thing with these tight schedules. Of course, we like to get as many of these matches as we can, but you know sometimes it works out depending on how many round 3s there are, how many overtimes there are, how many timeouts there are. So sometimes schedules get a little bit chaotic. But you know, for me, it's like I'd rather attempt to get as many matches as possible and then not be able to, as opposed to prioritizing fewer matches from the start, you know? It's a balance, though. Sometimes it gets tough. And frankly, my voice might die by the end of this next cast, just based on how I'm feeling. But we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. So it's gonna be Team Amoeba here, launching off first with a great, and I mean great, series of passes. That was smooth, and that was precise. What a zipper that was. Everyone touching the disc, crisscross, and 2-point goal, Amoeba. Wonderful, wonderful. And yeah, again, as chat pointed out there, Trout Club, aka Tarot Club, up until apparently hours ago. The Tarot Club versus 9 is currently on the VRML main and venues as that shot nearly goes in, but a good view from J-Train. Able to cause that save. I'm not sure if that was going to go in or not. It was close to the post, but nonetheless, denying the opportunity. And back to Crash Dash. Team Amoeba on this attempt up the floor. Going to be nabbed here at the boots. Sent back out into the trap. The stacks reacting rather quickly for Hustle and Flow. Take back though by Tilt and Tilt. Team Amoeba trying to basically just do that and not be on tilt, I should say, right? Because after kind of being bombarded by a huge scoring total in that last round, it'd be easy to get in your own heads, you know, and just kind of the nature of sports in the game, right? We see that from every team at different junctures. It's just it's tough swinging the momentum if you're just coming off of like really tough losses. Now, Hustle and Flow kind of same applied to them, right? They lost by just that 2 points, that 1 goal in overtime. That's always going to be tough on the mentality for many players. Team Amoeba there in round 2 just couldn't really get it going at all until the last maybe 4 minutes or so of the round. But to their credit, oh, wow, a save. Never mind. Big credit to Free Smoke. I was about to say, to their credit, opening up with 2 goals in a row for Amoeba might still be the case as a passing play does indeed result in the goal. So it took an extra step or 2, but JT to Crash Dash will get them that second goal after all, after what otherwise was a very nice save from Free Smoke. 4 points going in for Amoeba. How's it going, Doc? See Doc in the chat. What you up to? Besides cheering your team on here. Glad to see Doc, of course. For Dimwee and Luke, they're casting right now on channel, or the venues channel, as they will channel a nice save. Mark, able to get that out of there. Mark looking for J-Train, down the field they go. About to take the disc and maybe go for the goal, but no. Will be bouncing off the backboard, rebounded by Undarb. Free Smoke as well, splitting off a handoff play to the bow tie, and now just waiting for the play to develop. J-Train with a pass, and slick as anything else. Free Smoke from J-Train. We have seen some equally gorgeous passing plays between these teams, as we also see a 5th player who sure as heck better get out of there within the next 5 seconds, or this could be trouble for one of these teams. And that's a rip. Anyway, so Team Amoeba on this launch. I don't actually know if Make is on the roster or not. Confirm? Anyone? Yeah? Looks like Make is on the roster of Hustle and Flow, and someone had dropped out, but friendly reminder to teams, when the gameplay is live, that cannot happen, or else bad things may happen. But anyways, gonna be picked off here at the outer edge, Team Amoeba, and that's sent into the midfield. I mean, whatever happens, you know, I'm not doing anything, so it's not Pally's scary. I'm just, you know. Wear the wrath, though, of the mods. That said, over into the other end, it's going to be taken here by Make. Make down the lane and clearing it with 5 minutes remaining here in this round. It's very close. Neither team able to pull away by too much yet. And as I say that, it's going to be a swing through dunk, and that's a tie. And yeah, I'm sure for posterity, I'm sure that was, you know, nothing malicious intended behind that. It's just one of those cases, right, where rules have to be a certain way for certain reasons as well. So, you know. But anyway, it's usually, yeah, no doubt it wasn't malicious. They're out of there quickly. But obviously, it's just one of those things, too. You want to make sure, as a team, you are very well communicated on when people are coming in or out of matches, because too much wiggle room in one direction or the other, that could definitely cause trouble down the road. That said, though, Make here getting stunned out. Crash Dash trying to recollect there for Tilt as well. Down into the midfield, that's going to bounce a few different ways, but unfortunately, there are 2 stacks already there prepared on the defense to recover the disc. Overshooting a little bit. Smoke's battery died. Oh dear. You know what? That's the second time that's happened today. Need I mention it actually happened in Phantoms versus Team Gravity in overtime? Someone's battery died. It was unfortunate. That said, it's a grab back from Mark, and they are in good fortune, up by 2. And oh, you know what? That might in fact change everything, actually. So Smoke, who, again, might I add, has been on fire. If the battery died, I will take it back. And concede that I may be wrong here, because in terms of wiggle room, well, if there was a battery dead, then that implies it'd be one of those cases where the player was gone long before the game reacted. So maybe we're good after all. I don't know. I'm not going to guess. Not my job. That said, it's going to be here into the bottom of the goal. Back here into the backboard. That's going to be ricocheted, though. Right outside. Well, that said, taking it at the midline again. Back to Hustle and Flow. That will be bounced up into the top. Nabbed right back by JT. And, oh, they had 2 games back-to-back. I see. Ooh, indeed. Indeed. A lot of gameplay and a lot of 3 play as Crash Dash gets the 3 to go for a 1-point advantage. Team Amoeba back in control. And a shout out to Princess C. With the swaggiest of primes, as I say there. Appreciate that very much. Thank you for the support, and welcome to the stream. But yeah, big shot had, and big round so far. Did I mention the amount of OTs I've had today? I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I'm saying it could happen. Into the goal, into a 3-point advantage. Spider Hobbs. Team Amoeba now. Ahead by 3. So with that, down to the final 2 minutes. Let's see. He will go directly into the next match rather immediately. After this one, just by the by, Fox Force 5 versus Arsenic. So for those arriving here waiting for that match, that's still coming, believe me. We will be there right after this. But a lot of intensity here on the other side of the floor. You see so many brawls, all the stacks disabling each other, but J-T dashing down the floor for the goal. They're up 11-6. Team Amoeba starting to feel confident. It's not a guarantee, but they're feeling confident. I can only imagine. But for Hustle and Flow, they're not out of the realm of a comeback yet. They've got a chance. Need to act fast, but at the same time, control. No more turnovers at this point. If they can just get some solid plays up the floor and get some goals, they may still be in the reach of a comeback. A good tap pass. That was delightful, but Tilt. Oh, less delighting if you're on Hustle and Flow, but exciting if you're on Team Amoeba. That was a great save. Even though it does go back to Hustle and Flow, the more important takeaway here is that did expend several precious seconds off that clock, making it very, very tough. So excellent job there. Hustle and Flow, seeing that window begin to close. There's Mark with a good stun and takeaway, but that time is about out at this point, so that's going to be sent here to Spider Hobbs on the take back, and they know they've got this one in the bag if they can just hold on and waste even a few more seconds. There we go, 30 seconds left, and I mean, it's pretty much out as it will be Undarb into the goal. A 3-point differential. And as far as the time goes, I mean, there's technically a few seconds. It will be a Hail Mary type thing, though. This is going to have to be one of the quickest goals you'll ever see. Oh, here we go. Need a miracle stack. That said, that's it. 11-8, and Team Amoeba will take it by just a hair. What a round, what a game that was indeed. Props to both these teams. They put on a show. So with that, to the score screen, but again, I'm not going to stick around too long because the next match is happening now. So I'll leave you here for a moment, but we'll be right back with your next one. Alrighty, everybody. Hello and welcome back to VRML Channel 1. We've got Fox Force 5 versus Arsenic about to start off here. I'm Palidore, being joined this time by Focus on the cast. And Focus, how's it going?
Going good. Just came off of a cast last night, a really good one at that, Spaghetti and Ethereal. If you haven't watched that VOD, go ahead and watch that. Very good game. But yeah, I'm doing all right. What about yourself, Pally?
Well, you know, doing well. A lot of great matches today, as I was mentioning, and we got done with the last one right there, Amoeba versus Hustle and Flow. Went all the way down to 3 rounds. Been the case for literally all my matches so far today. See if this 5th cast of mine will be much the same. 3 rounders all day long. Why not? I mean, these teams here in the Gold Division, Arsenic and Fox Force 5, they can do it for sure.
They can, yeah. I'm friends with a couple of people on each of these teams. And, you know, I've actually personally played against Arsenic and personally played against Fox Force 5. So I know both these teams are great teams. I know what they can do. I know that it's possible. And, you know, with your luck, Pally, I'm really looking forward to a round 3, an OT, whatever. I just want a good game.
Yeah, same here. And I would expect it for sure. Also, for those wondering, too, we looks like kind of in the last minute, JG and Wonder went to pick up Ignite versus Anomaly. So that will actually be on Channel 2 in about 7 minutes as well. And another reminder, we got venues currently ongoing on the main channel, as well as, of course, the venues app itself. So go check that out right now if you have not already. Wherever you are, Channel 1, 2, or main, you got a lot to choose from. You're in the right place, the right time. I know over on venues, Bangarang versus Overkill there will be starting as well in the next 10 minutes, give or take. So you got your choices for sure.
Ooh, I'll be excited to watch that Bangarang Overkill match, VOD later on, or join into the match. I know Bangarang went through a couple roster changes and brought on 2 new players, and then Overkill obviously with a good record. But anyway, we have a match in our hands, Arsenic versus Fox Force 5, and we're going to be starting this game up with a neutral joust. 5 seconds about to come out are both of these teams. Let's see who can win this neutral joust, and it will be a quick stack from Arsenic, but a quick headbutt off of Fox Force 5, and Fox Force 5, Mercy Hunter, is going to pick it up 3. Good save for Mr. Marcus.
A good start for them, but right back to Bob Kerman, and Bob Kerman, the Sherman, will get the 3-point goal. Expose, and well, they rose to the occasion, didn't they? Fox Force 5 up first.
It's a good grab from the side of from Fox Force 5, and a good read to open goal, and a good shot to get that first 3 of this round, the first score of this game. And we're gonna see Mr. Marcus here on the side of Arsenic. QBing sends it over to the _ND, but no one can collect. Mercy Hunter gonna pick it up, another 3 coming in from the side of Fox Force 5, but just a little wide. Now bouncing over to that left side. Bob Kerman gonna pick it up. He's gonna come out with it. Bob Kerman sending it up to no one. It is loose. No one is gonna pick it up. It's just drifting there. Who's gonna get it? Bob Kerman. Bob Kerman down, but no one is gonna be able to collect that. Mercy Hunter gonna go for that pass to Shield, and Shield, that player on Shield, Bob Kerman, gonna plant it for another 2.
Well done from Fox Force again. Able to get it to, well, same guy, Bob. Had the advantage on the goal, just approaching from that mid lane, giving him all the angles in the world to choose where they wanted to pick to shoot. And with that, 5 points on the board first. Launch out for Mr. Marcus.
And the ND is gonna send it up to Quasar. Quasar over to Offbeat, but Offbeat is not able to collect that. Mercy Hunter gonna come in and grab that disc. Maybe going for a little cloud shot there, a boop shot there, but just hit the top of that tunnel. NVM gonna get stunned. Offbeat stunned. Bob Kerman setting it up to Mercy Hunter. Mercy Hunter has a one-on-one, and Mercy, what a save from Mr. Marcus, as Mr. Marcus gonna get that slap clear. Bob Kerman, though, gonna try to get this offense back going, but just the pass is not made. Will be the ND going to clear it down into that Fox Force 5 zone.
Nice save from Marcus. Can they turn it into some offense is the question. Down the floor there, blitzing, and it will be Offbeats all by themselves, and Offbeat down easy streets. Not really on the easiest shot, to be frank, but nice touch to get them on the board now for 2.
And I think Offbeat got a little shafted. 8-meter 2? I've always wondered, Pally, do you know how do they calculate the distances, or like what's a 2 and what's a 3 from where you throw it from? I've always been confused about that.
No, it has something to do with mathematical time and mathematical math and distance and stuff, and x minus y and equals z squared, things like that. Complex situation.
Well, as a complex situation, if it involves math, then I'm automatically out. I leave. And Dave Fox gonna be with it on that left side. Gonna just drift under no pressure. Gonna be able to get the clear through that top mid. Gonna bounce low though. Stack is coming in. No one's able to collect it. Still loose. NVM has the open goal and takes that open shot. Gets another 8-meter 2. NVM gonna secure a 2-pointer though. Nevertheless, bringing the score to 2-7.
Yeah, it looks like, now see, the reason why these last couple goals have been 8-meter 2s, the reason, the players had clipped their nails right before the game started. They just lost that extra centimeter that they needed to be within, that doesn't even make sense, because that would put them in 2-point range. But you know what? It's another one of those situations where the math, it adds up if you don't think about it. And I'm going with that. So the equations here, no confusions. It is Kesar with a disc, and we'll back that out now with the players fanning the floor on the cut. Oh, beautiful. They had to weave that through 2 defenders in order to make that pass a success.
Beautiful indeed. What a good pass from Quasar. And the ND able to secure the 2. Now down to a 3-point deficit is Arsenic. Let's see what Arsenic can do here. I want them to get this into a tie. I mean, it's still close, but I want to see this go into overtime. I want to see this. I don't know. I want to see a lot happen with this game, as it will be recollected in that Arsenic bubble by the _ND, and the ND is going to try to clear it out. Not through. NVM going to pick it up. NVM playing around in that bubble, sends it over to Shield. Bob Kerman not able to get a score there. Sends it a little bit low under the goal. Disc is now loose. Maybe a self-clear from Bob Kerman as Mercy Hunter trying to get there.
And slapping it out the way into the bubble. There's 2 players back first. Fox Force 5 back in control with a 3-point lead, but still plenty of time to burn in this match as a deep, deep submarine fling will be recovered by Quasar. Has the defense contesting nearby, and the ND trying to distribute to that midfield as gets stunned out, and Mercy Hunter now back into the defense for Fox Force 5, just trying to hang on to this lead.
And yeah, trying to hang on to this lead as the ND gonna be able to might have a 1v1 here, might be able to score, and ND is gonna be able to score, bringing the score. I'm saying score a lot. The score is now 6-7 in favor of Fox Force 5 still, but nevertheless, it is down to a 1-point lead. They're close here.
Yeah, off that shot from VND, you could say it was, yes, indeed, a good shot. So, competitive. We're right in line for one of those overtimes and or round 3s, as I said. I bring that kind of fortune here to the streams as of late. And it will be Dave Fox here. And really, I shouldn't take any credit because honestly, it's these teams who are doing all the work. For me, it's all the fun in the world, getting to be here just to cast and witness it.
Yeah. And they're going to try to get that clear, is Arsenic, but not all the way through. Quasar, though, able to secure it. Still kind of stuck in that zone. Indeed, going to secure again and send it even deeper, but Bob Kerman going to get there off of that stack. Bob Kerman sending the pass up to Mercy Hunter. Mercy Hunter clearing it all the way down. We might be able to see a stack and a score here as that player from Fox Force 5 gets there. Whoa! Bounce shot goes into the goal from Mercy Hunter off that clear. 3 points from 53 meters away. No way did I think that was going in. I wasn't even watching the disc. I was watching the player that was coming in. And then it surprised me. Mercy, you surprised me.
I knew it was going in. Maybe not, but I know to expect those shots to go in these days. Even when they still surprise, it's when they happen, it's like, oh, of course it did, because, well, that's what players do now. Even when it's a mix of luck and skill, sometimes it's just skill, but honestly, knowing the relative area to place it, right? Going for those corners. I mean, it's gonna bring you success. We see so many of these shots off these corner panels, off the ramps, things like that. These days, teams do not even need an actual line of sight to the goal directly. They can still find those hits.
Yeah, people can hit some crazy shots in Echo. I've hit some pretty cool shots here and there. Most of them are all luck because, but people can like intentionally hit those shots. And so NVM gonna clear it all the way into this Arsenic bubble. Might be another bouncer, but off the post. And will be collected on that back line by NVM. NVM sending it back into Bob Kerman. Bob Kerman over to Dave Fox. Dave Fox taking a weird off-angle shot. And Dave Fox going to be able to find that top pocket on the goalie. They're up by 6 now.
Yeah, and shout out Dave Fox on that one. You called out the kind of weird angle that he took. Mentioned Dave Fox there in our last match that we were just casting because someone was pointing out one of the players playing sideways for a while. So it reminded me of Dave Fox, who I had to shout out because Dave Fox is literally the OG sideways player. Now, doesn't do that anymore, but for the first few months of Echo in 2017, for at least a few months, was the only player in the game, as far as I recall, who was playing purely sideways orientation. You can see Quasar now going upside down, but yeah, absolutely. Dave Fox is a master, historically, of the unconventional.
I've tried to play upside down. I've tried to play sideways, but wait, an offense going here. Good pass. No, just can't collect. I've tried to play upside down. I'm fine with playing upside down. Tried to play sideways. Cannot do it. So I salute anyone that's able to do it. It's super confusing, super disorienting, and I can't turn. Seems like I can't turn. Anyway, stacks are coming in here. The recollection from ND going to be picked up. A lot of stuff going on. Mercy Hunter going to come out with it. Mercy Hunter trying to get this offense, but ND, good steal. Tries to clear. NVM, whoa, no, a lot of stuff going on there. ND, though, nevertheless, coming out with it, getting the clear down into this Fox Force 5 bubble.
And slinging it out there, Mercy into, unfortunately, a midfield full of orange players, so maybe a miscommunication there could cost them a little bit. Only 34 seconds left, granted, so unless a very quick 3 goes in right about now, that time is about to be out. So let's see, a goal there, Mr. Marcus gets them within 4, but indeed the time just not there, the clock management. So with that, first round definitely in the hands of Fox Force 5, but not by all too much. Arsenic looking to come back the next time around.
Yeah, still going to be like a little bit of time left in this round. Let's see if Arsenic can put some more points on the board. I always try to do that, but with 3 seconds left, it will not seem that as Mercy Hunter clears it. And the first round will be going into the hands of Fox Force 5. Good round all around. So we saw some really good passing from both of these teams. Really good scores, really good plays. So, yeah, I'm excited to see what comes of round 2.
Yeah, absolutely. And as we check out the stat screen here, courtesy again, IgniteVR.gg, and the Spark application, of course, Ignite playing currently over on channel 2, I believe. That was picked up very last minute, which, you know, by all means, I'm glad it was. Anomaly versus Ignite. And then following that, it will be Ignite versus the Kangarillas on the Venues stream. So, yeah, if you want to see those matches as well, you can visit channel 2 or Venues. Of course, here, have some awesome casts tonight just as well. Between Arsenic and Fox Force 5, we still have more coming up soon. Including, as I take a look here, by the way, if you're wondering why my focus isn't on cams, because I had to kind of rush into this stream just because of delays and stuff, so didn't have time to set it up, unfortunately, but at least you got the smooth voice, or at least, as Doc Education says, the dulcet tones of focus here in the cast with us.
Yeah, I done a lot to my mic. I've EQ'd it heavily, but so I've equalized it heavily. So I've been doing a lot of work on it, and so I'm anyway. I'm happy with where I have it, as this neutral joust here to start round 2 will be won by Fox Force 5. Mercy Hunter bringing it in, mounting this offense. Mercy Hunter might just take it in as... Whoa, shot
nice.
Off the backboard. Good save from Mr. Marcus. Caught me off guard there. And Mr. Marcus going to try to get the clear, but it's stuck in that mid zone.
All right, and now into maybe a ramp shot that's going to bowl its way into that backboard and right back to Dave Fox. An interception, a duck from Quasar over to Mr. Marcus, but getting the disc back, it's Quasar. So got knocked loose thanks to the brawls, but happened to get knocked into the right place in the Echo space. And just update quick, it will be indeed sorry, not Fox Force, a Flare versus Corrosion is scheduled to be next. That match was scheduled for the 15-minute mark of this hour, so in other words, 9 minutes from now. Depending if this goes into the 3rd round or not, we may or may not be timely with it, but rest assured, we have that match coming up as well, sooner or later.
And yeah, we have some pretty good matches later on tonight. As long as a good match right now. So Bob Kerman might be able to get a score here, but no, just off the post. Unfortunate for the side of Fox Force 5 as they try to get that 2 as Quasar gets done, but ND able to grab it, not able to get the clear though, will be Bob Kerman on that left side there with the disc, able to collect it. Bob Kerman sending it down to the floor to, unfortunately, Dave Fox wasn't there to be able to get it off the head of one of those Arsenic players, and able to mount the clear is Arsenic all the way through.
Well, we'll look at the stack and the punish coming in from VND. And as I recall, very similar play earlier on as you see the celebration from ND as well. But had a similar play earlier on, right? There was that 8-meter 2. Again, not the easiest angle. That counter momentum at a tough, not a 0 angle, but still a tough angle, and had to put that extra nice touch to make the goal reality. But did it again right there. Great job, and just, again, the finesse from these players to not even have that most direct line of sight to the goal, but still be able to weave it in one way or the other.
Yeah, I just want to point out, Mr. Marcus has 3 saves. I mean, at least just the saves on the side of Arsenic in total. I mean, they have 6 in total. 1 each to Quasar, Offbeat, D_ND, and then 3 to Mr. Marcus. So we're seeing some pretty good saves, pretty good denials here, just in the first round and in the first 2 minutes of round 2. So I always like to see good defensive play. We see it with a lot of really see with good teams. You know, like defense is like I think one of the most important parts of Echo.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the most important parts, one of the more difficult parts as well, as I always like to cite, because offense is very... offense isn't easy by any means, not saying that, but offense is at least obvious. You know, you can watch a VOD, you can watch a team play offense, and you can understand it's very direct and immediate, you know, gratification. And you know, like this pass went to that player who had an open goal or walk-in goal. It's very, you know, ABC. With defense, it's less of a direct approach. Everyone has to be doing the correct thing at the same time for it to work. Whereas offense can be very just, you know, 1-2 punch kind of thing. Defense, it has to be everyone is on that same wavelength and operating like a well-oiled machine.
Yeah, defense is a very hard thing to perfect and a very hard thing to just get right, as Mercy Hunter sends it up to Bob Kerman. As we're getting back into this match, Bob Kerman sends it over to Dave Fox. Dave Fox getting pressure quickly. Dave Fox sending it over to that right side. Able to recollect is Bob Kerman. Bob Kerman trying to get there, but no, ND able to secure it and get the clear all the way through. We might be seeing a stack here as ND comes in. Open goal, takes a shot. Oh, just off the ding ring there. That would have been a very important 3 as Mr. Marcus gets it back. Tries to send it back into ND. ND down to Quasar. Quasar up to Offbeat. Offbeat taking the shot on the stun goal, and Offbeat gonna get another 2. Score is now 6-0.
Gotta say, Offbeat the finish, but those passes were very on beats. They missed the initial attempt at the goal, but what they do, they recovered, and then they strung along, 3 or 4 passes in nice succession in just a few seconds flat, and they found themselves there with another score, up 6 uncontested.
Yeah, I always love to see those crisp, clean passes and that crisp, clean finish as your Mercy Hunter it's going to get the pocket pick on there. As ND, a lot of stuns going on, a lot of stuff going on in that little area there, as Dave Fox going to come out with it. Dave Fox going to try to mount this offense again.
And bouncing it over, passing it over to Envy. Down by 6, still 6 minutes and a half left in this round, so you're not going to feel too panicked, but they do need to get some goals going. Otherwise, you start seeing, you know, more than 3 goals in a row for any team. That's where really that snowball starts, in terms of one team feeling way too good and the other team starting to feel way too much in a hole. So they do not want to see another one go against them here. They know that, so they stack back quickly for Fox Force to get the disc back on this recovery. Sends it over to Dave Fox from the midline, trying to find that mail slot shot. Unfortunately, no results, but a rebound shall be had, and Dave Fox now back at them again for Fox Force 5 with another pass that just squeezes through a few different hands of the Fox Force players. So in a little bit of a disarray here, not able to get these catches.
Yeah, is Mercy Hunter going to be there on that floor, getting the Dusty on ND, taking the shot, and Mercy Hunter going to secure the first 2 points of round 2 for Fox Force 5. You know, a little under halfway through the first, I'm jumbling my words. A little under halfway of round 2 did Fox Force 5 get their first 2 points. So starting off a little late, but that might just be enough to get them to snowball that momentum and start to get them some more points as Dave Fox gets the clear.
Exactly that. Echo is really just a big pendulum when you talk about how a match flows. You'll see the swings one way, you'll see it swing right back. Right here, they're swinging back for a pass off that backboard, and it will be in the goal for Dave Fox, turning orange on the way in, but nonetheless, credit to Dave. And they brought themselves back here in this round as we get another timeout.
And yeah, so now that we have just a tad bit of downtime, I'd like to shout out our sponsors, which are Pro2VR, Asterion Products, VR Cover, HyperX, Rebuff Reality, and VRWare.net. Also, always thanks to Spark, which is this little convenient thing that allows us to get into your private matches and spectate them and cast them. So yeah. Always love Spark. And thank you to the viewers. You guys are always awesome watching the streams. You guys make this happen day in and day out. So thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. And yeah, you guys are awesome.
Absolutely. And I am typing a message in Discord right now for posterity. But of course, you know, if Flare or Flare or Corrosion are in the chat, kind of know the deal. We will be delayed one way or the other, but as I was kind of mentioning, would rather get more casts than not. So, as the case may be, you guys can wait, so you guys can start early. As long as I have an invite, we will be there at some point in your match, for sure. But otherwise, we're getting ready for the last half of this second round, and about to go off now.
And so yeah, as the pause is getting undone, we're going to be getting back into this match. We're going to be seeing what these teams can do. Maybe Fox Force is going to be able to mount a comeback. Maybe they're going to be able to take this round 2. And maybe Arsenic will reverse sweep, but we will see as the _ND sends it through off of that relay to Quasar. Quasar down to the left side floor to Offbeat. Offbeat tries to send it up to that defender. ND, good steal though. ND bringing it up one-on-one and takes the shot, secures the shot, and brings their lead up to 4.
Yeah, wonderful job there for sure. Coming in to score again off a timeout, and seeing now if Fox Force can react. But yeah, a lot of the time you will see teams who initiate those timeouts. They'll come out of the gate with that disc back again. They'll find themselves a quick goal. It's just, as I said, it's a pendulum, right? And sometimes initiating those timeouts can just allow that extra time for the pendulum to complete the swing the opposite way and get another team back in the groove again.
Yeah, timeouts are... Sometimes strategic timeouts can be what you need to win, as, we might have a score here from Mercy. Mercy going to be on that floor, juking around. Mercy going to back it up, trying to get this in as a bounce shot comes through off the ding ring. Bob Kerman losing the disc. Mercy going to come out with it. Good stun from ND. ND going to clear it through that right tunnel. But yeah, sometimes pauses are really what you need. Get that mental reset and to be able to come back into a game and come back strong.
Yeah, absolutely. And well, right now, getting their paws on the disc was Mercy Hunter. Down that floor they go. Dave Fox trying to search for someone to boost with, but too late as Arsenic is already there. Marcus as well as Offbeat, and leaving Dave Fox beat with the stuns. Passing it off now to ND. ND over to Quasar, and a nice tap-off play down to Offbeat on the floor. Very efficient passing and accurate, more importantly, despite how quick it is and how short range it is. A super impressive pass work, and that's going to result in nearly a goal. A rebound here had as Quasar inverts and maybe converts. No, that'll leave them hurt as they did everything right until the very, very end.
Great passes, just unfortunately could not get that finish. Sometimes that happens, you have these great passes, you have these insane passes, you get this good offense going, but then just something happens and you just can't mount the finish. Happens all the time with teams. I see it often. And so NVM now with the disc on this Fox Force 5 zone.
Down it goes. 2 minutes left in the second round for Fox Force to either complete this 2-round sweep or be met with that dreaded, at least for the players, round 3 as a 2 goes down for Envy. It's back within 2. Close match. Fox Force trying to make another late push here.
So we have about 1 minute and 45 seconds-ish in this second round for Fox Force 5 to come back and win this game, but equally the amount of time for Arsenic to hold that lead. As NVM going to pressure Offbeat there, sending it up to ND. ND loses it. Mercy Hunter with the disc now. Mercy has the open goal. Takes a shot, but no, just a little wide. Unfortunate for the side of Fox Force 5, but Mercy gets it back. Bounce shot in the goal. Now tied with 1 minute and 20 seconds left. All right, now it's coming down to crunch time for both of these teams. One of these teams needs to score either here or in overtime. So, yeah, like I said, now comes crunch time.
Absolutely. Mercy with a goal no bigger than that one so far. 7 points for Mercy across these 2 rounds, but that tie-up with the last minute of play now underway is a huge, huge swing for them. So back at him again, another turnover here. So Bob Kerman gets that goal, or that disc rather, into the mid lane, and then back again for Dave Fox. Fox Force, they're putting things together. Arsenic now needs a retreat fast, or else they're going to be down after this goal. It's Dave Fox. They're up by 2 in round 2. Fox Force 5.
All right. Now here's where it gets tense. Arsenic does not have a lot of time to score.
It's been tense.
Yeah,
my heart
real
hurts.
tense is what I mean.
My voice hurts. My heart hurts. Everything hurts.
Arsenic has not a lot of time to score. Fox Force 5 just needs to mount this Oh, defense as a missed pass comes through. NVM has that open goal, I think,
Ooh.
but decides to try to cross it. They need to get it out. They need to score right here as this stack from Arsenic is not mounted. As these players from Fox Force 5 collect it as 5 seconds come down, that will be round 2. That will be the game in the hands of Fox Force 5.
Wow. Arsenic played that round so well, but Fox Force 5 on 2 separate occasions had to come back after being down a few goals in a row. So immense victory there and intense fashion, as you noted. Definitely the adrenaline just at an all-time high. Those last minute and a half of action. I mean, that was fantastic. And hey, shout out to both those teams for a great game. Fox Force 5 though were able to clutch it up in the end, and so goes that round. And well, so goes us on VRML 1, as we will leave you here on the score screen. But you have Corrosion versus Flare coming up right now. So we are going to be back in a jiffy. Alrighty. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to VR Master League Channel 1. I'm Palidore. Got Focus EXE here right beside. And we've got another high hype match in Flare versus Corrosion about to get underway. This is going to be an exciting one, I do expect, once again. Apologies, I wasn't able to deliver I wasn't able to will in the round 3 as I have been all day otherwise for that last one. But you know what? We're going to try it again with this. Still good games all around for sure. So I'm excited to get going.
I am excited to get going as well as this neutral joust is coming through. We have 2 teams that have the possibility to contest Master Tier. Might be in those Challenger Cups as Corrosion coming in, but Vanzi coming in faster. Going to win this for Flare. Flare's long shot, but no. And Newt going to be able to recollect and get that quick first 2 points of this game. Kind of caught me off guard there. A lot going on real fast. But that's what you want to see from these teams. That's what you're going to see from these teams because they are fast teams.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you expect to see it, right? The speed, the precision, and the decision-making. Just 3 of the big staples that you'll notice at these high tiers of gameplay when you're talking the top, 5, 10, 15% of players that exist in this game full of thousands and thousands now. So certainly an intense matchup and very fast on the snatch up there. As they get it back, it's time for Corrosion.
And Time gonna get the steal there off of that stack, and Time gonna get the clear. Might be able to get back, but no. Voodoo there on the recollection, sending a reset to Newt. Newt ducking that player, jumping, whatever, but he is inverted, so it was ducking for him. As Newt gonna get the clear through, stuck up in that upper trap as a Void gonna come through off the head of Newt. now down into this corrosion zone, or sorry, flare zone, as sends the pass up to Time. Time open two-pointer there, and Time gonna secure the first two for corrosion. Early on, tied 2-2.
Not only that, it was Tony to Time. I love the convenience of that, and I'm excited to see Tony Time in the game. I was messaged by Corrosion at some point as I was starting out these streams saying, "Hey, Pally, you're gonna enjoy this cast for some reasons, and one of those reasons is the fact that we've got Tony and Time in the same match. Couldn't be happier." On that note, Flair with a disc right back at them, and trying to launch out in a passless midfield, but struggling thanks to these intense stacks.
And Time gonna come out with it. Time gonna get the clear down into this flare zone. Let's see. Stack coming in. Avoid now with the disc. Avoid bringing it up that right side. Avoid doing a little bit of jukes. Sending it cross over to Time. Time looking for that cut to Tortoise. And Tortoise gonna secure another two for the side of Corrosion. Bringing the score 4-2. Good passes there from Corrosion. But like I said in the beginning, that's the type of passes you're gonna see. That's the type of stuff that you're gonna see from these teams that could very well... This could very well be a future Master Tier matchup,
Oh, absolutely. But both of these teams have players who are well capable, well familiar. That said, oh my goodness gracious. Well, it is Tortoise in a hair of a second able to get there. And I guess, hey, Tortoise has all the time in the world to make a 3-point count.
Maybe just a little bit of a communication there coming from Flair. Maybe a bit of a weird pull or something. I'm not sure what happened there. Is Newt going to QB for the side of Flair over to Vanzy. Vanzy over to Thunder. Trying to get these passes through as Vanzy now with the disc on that right side, bringing it up under no pressure. Vanzy sending the cross up to Voodoo. Voodoo able to track it down, send the slap to no one. Unfortunately, going to recollect is Tortoise for the side of Corrosion, and Tortoise going to get the clear.
Picked up here at the top, Time with some space. It's 9-2, and Corrosion now well established in this round, this opening round, with definitely the rhythm on their end. We'll see if Flair, they have 6 minutes to react, so gonna come down to just being able to figure out and make some adjustments here mid-game, which this team certainly can.
And so Vanzy there, sending it deep to Voodoo. Voodoo, open goal 3, but no, just can't secure it. As it goes off the head of that Corrosion player, will be Tortoise trying to clear, but Newt on that back line, sending it up to Voodoo. Voodoo trying to get another offensive drive, maybe a one-on-one, maybe. Yeah, Voodoo gonna secure a 2 for the side of Flair, 4-9. They are only down by 5 now, but they still have time, as there is 5 minutes and 45 seconds-ish as they come out of the tunnels.
Yeah, good shot by Voodoo there, recognizing the fact that, hey, no one's covering me. Kind of had the disc, brought it up to the post, looked behind, looked in front, said, okay, well, I guess I can just walk this in. You give an angle like that to Voodoo, Voodoo will definitely make you pay. As well, just the same, you give Time that angle, and they're going to make you pay. There's 12-4 on the scoreboard, just like that.
I mean, Flair came out with a good kind of quick score there. Corrosion came out with it even faster, even faster score there. As Newt comes out, QBs again, tries to send the clear, but to Thunder, but Thunder isn't able to get there as a Void on that back line. Open goal, and a Void gonna secure another 3, 4-15. Corrosion is dominating in this first round.
Yeah, tell you what, Flair needs to avoid that. That is just a lot. That's a high scoring affair we're seeing for Corrosion. And of course, I see Twitch chat there pointing out the speed and the stacks of these teams, and especially Corrosion, who back into the season now, again with just one of those teams who are already were known for speed. That said, more mishandling on the disc here, and another opportunity though for Flair to maybe make a comeback late. A ding, and then a Vanzy dunk. Well, not so much as dunk as a fadeaway, but a very interesting strategy, and it will pay off for 2 points. So hey,
it was so graceful. Just kind of glided and turned, and then wasn't able to get it, and then softly just threw it into the goal. So graceful. As Avoid gonna come out with the QB, sending it over to that left side off the head of Newt. Newt able to get it might be able to take the shot, but no, that player is back in goal. Sends it over to Vanzi. Vanzi back to Newt. Newt getting stunned as Vanzi gonna get it, gets stunned. Newt with it.
Ooh.
Save from Tortoise. What a good save. Sends it out to Time. Time maybe tries to get the clear, but not all the way through. Time gonna get it again and is able to secure the clear this time.
Well, another open goal, though, from that slice of a shot. It's Tony. It's Time. The assist to the goal, and 17-6. They are on a roll.
On a roll indeed, as Flair is now down by 11 with 3 minutes left in this game. Or, sorry, in this round, I should say. Round one, Corrosion is comfortable, is what I can say. As Newt sends it up to Voodoo. Voodoo sends it over to that left side to no one. Thunder able to get it. Tries to send the slap 3, but not in. Avoid on there with it. And sends the clear down that left tunnel.
And yeah, comfortable is right there. They're comfortable in the chaos almost, and they're comfortable when they're making other teams uncomfortable, it seems like. Doing that right now for sure. That said, a sure sight and a sure shot is Vanzi, opting for maybe the teammates waiting for them to arrive, and just like that, just in time. A 3-player dive, doesn't matter because Thunder from down under brings it up into the goal. 8 points on the board for Flair.
Rewatching that replay there, it almost looked like a weird zero angle shot there. That was actually really nice. I always like seeing those types of shots, those weird angles, those weird difficult things. As Tortoise gonna lose the hand, able to get it back though. Fortunately, sends it down to Time. Time had the open goal, wasn't able to get the score though. Newt sending the reset to that stack just off of that shoulder geo as Avoid comes out with it. Avoid sending the reset to Tortoise.
Quickly over to Time. Time trying to find the goal. A minute 43 remaining in this first round as it's snagged by Void. A dive out from the goalkeepers will enable maybe a shot. And how about that self-pass? Intentional, maybe not, but in the right place for the right grab. And the dunkaroo. It's Tony.
That was let's just call that intentional. Let's call that intentional because it just makes it sound so much cool. So, yeah. They're so much cooler, you know?
Nothing is more cool than Tony.
Oh, yeah. As Thunder sends it over to Vanzi. Vanzi sending the clear. Oh, maybe a boop shot there, but no, just a little high. Unfortunate. But Avoid there with it on that back line. Avoid. Gonna try to work it down the field.
And Avoid doing a good job to duck and avoid that. Now Vanzi the jump and the shots missing by a glance, but taking another chance at that disc, and Voodoo putting it back home. So even though might be out of hand now for a complete comeback, the final score is at least going to look a lot more friendly to Flair. Now that they've gotten into double digits, they can feel a bit better going to the next round perhaps.
Yeah, I mean, getting scores before the round ends, if you're in a deficit or whatever, if you're in like a trench with score, you know, trying to get more points gives you that momentum. And, you know, casters always talk about momentum. People always talk about momentum because it is a really big factor of Echo. As Corrosion is just trying to waste time here with passes, tries to send the clear as Thunder taking a long shot. Oh, whoa, off the post and into the goal. That was a weird little bounce there as Thunder is going to secure a half-court 3 at that. At the very last seconds of the game, and the round one is over. Final score for round one, 19-13, in the hands of Corrosion.
That shot was lights out, so much so made my screen go black, huh, chat? That said, though, that was a nice hit. And even though Corrosion will still win, as I said, that is a much nicer looking score line for Flair now, where they could not get it going in that first round. They were absolutely blitzed and bouldered, it seemed like, by Corrosion's quickness, and yet ended up losing only by a couple goals, 6 points. I mean, nice work for them. That is something that they can certainly take with them going into round two to feel much better. But as you said, Corrosion feeling comfortable still yet. I'm sure they're not all too bothered by those last minutes. They're still showing up to impress here. You know, in this, I guess, these early few weeks for them, as they are a team who's only come back here in the last, I think, 3 weeks or so. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Corrosion was a team for last season, right? 2 seasons? When?
Hey, well, Corrosion, both Corrosion and like Flair was a team from early VRML, and then same for Corrosion. They were a lot of their players went over to Overkill, who is also / was also playing just now on venues. It might be about over by now, based on the time. But that said, yeah, now Corrosion coming back again in a sense, and just showing that no matter what the rosters are by name, both of these teams by name coming back and doing justice to the names and kind of the legacy of how these teams play. Just very, very high level Echo Arena.
That was a very fast stack. They flew through. Wow.
Oh yeah.
As Thunder trying to get this in. As Time, good steal there. Time, good clear as well. Maybe be able to get this stack is Flare. Newt going to be on the back there to get it. Newt sending it up to Thunder. Thunder sending it through to Tunnel as that person in Tunnel sends it over to Newt. Newt down to Vanzy. Vanzy gonna see this 1-on-3. What a save from Tony! No way. Tony sends it to Time, and Time gonna work it up the field.
Tony, no baloney. Seeing if they can get down that floor in a hurry. They might even score. They've got a 2-on-1. It's Tortoise to Tony, and Tony gets the goal after the save and does a little bit of everything on the way in.
It was a nice pass. Good job reading that cut there, and nice job getting that finish. I said it before early in the game, but in case anyone's new in this stream, that's just the type of stuff you're going to see from these teams. Like, very good teams, very good passes, very good plays as Tortoise picks it up on their side, tries to send it out, but Newt there on the back line with the recollection.
Which says there, Tiny Tony? I don't think so. That is going to be Vanzy, though, with a goal to tie it up. Gotta love those typos, though.
Yeah. And Vanzy there with the score there to tie it up in this second round. Maybe we're seeing a new Flare. Maybe that 60 seconds in between the rounds, gave them a little bit of a mental reset, which is always a case as Time now with the disc working it up, sends the reset to Tortoise. Tortoise now with it on that right side, sends it over the left side to Tony. Tony might have the pass to Time, but no, Time gets covered as Tony sends the reset to Tortoise.
And Tortoise right back to Tony. Tony from that shoulder again. Couldn't quite turn it over into the goal. But a rebound by Tortoise. Dancing through a few defenders. And Newt, wow. With the absolute stuff inside that goal. Will send it back out to an interception from Tortoise. Tortoise now stunned as well. Fantastic offense and defense in equal measure there.
It was a good save from Newt. Newt might be able to get that long shot, but no, just off the bow tie Geo. Newt recollecting. Newt has that open goal, but no. Stunned by Tony. Tony now getting that clear. Tony getting the stack through as, whoa, Time! Slap 3. What was that? Oh, I gotta watch that replay. That was a quick slap into the 3-pointer. That was odd. I didn't expect that.
Slapped him right into a timeout. 5-2 off of that. Stellar make. Remember what we said earlier? You don't even need a line of sight directly. These days, these players, they're going to make you pay.
These people know the arena like the back of their hand. They just look at their hand and they're like, oh yeah, this is where the goal is. And then they fling it and then they make it. And I don't understand that. I take a fling and it bounces off of 50 geos until it goes into my own goal, okay? So I'm just surprised. Just these players, they're just so, I don't know, they're so good.
Well, I'm paying attention to the hydrate, believe me.
Oh yeah, me too.
My voice has been shot since EU earlier on, but it's okay, worth it. Mondays are for matches, Mondays are also for casting voice rest. So, paying attention, but the game supersedes all, first of all. So,
don't worry.
When it comes to the word sneaks, Iguana get those as much as I can, but I can only do so much. Okay, we'll try.
That was a good one. That was a good one. See,
what are you
I'm always about? I'm always super confused how you think of these puns, and you think of these different little clever things that.
What pun?
I don't know. I can't do that. Oh yeah, right. What pun?
None of that here. If you heard something funny, it's just because my voice is broke. That's all. But yeah, shout out to you guys. I won't lie. I forgot already. Remember MX over there? Remember how I said I messed up your name twice and I wouldn't do it a third time earlier on in the U? You're gonna have to remind me one final time. I swear, last time it was Mix A. I'm gonna write it on my forehead or something so I won't forget. Okay? Don't trust me. We're good.
Mixy.
Well, I will not. Well, no, it's not Mix C's. It's Mix A.
Mix A. Mix A.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call them that. Mix A. What's up, Mix A? How you doing, Mix A? That's how I'm gonna pronounce it every time.
Yeah,
See, I don't know the backstory here. I don't know the backstory here with the whole getting the name wrong, so I can't really comment on that. But you know, I can comment on how to say your name, which is Mix A. You know, so
Luke.
Yeah.
Luke, are you mistaking our great focus for Luke? Although both great casters, of course, but no, Luke was casting me with you earlier. Now it's focus.
Yeah.
Or are you talking about me? Or do you think I'm Luke? I can be Luke. Just kidding. I'm not Luke because I am your father. That's why they call me Palidore. Wham.
Honestly, like, everyone can be Luke. How about that? Just start calling everyone Luke from now on. Like, I'm Luke, you're Luke. Mix A is Luke.
We are all Luke on this day.
We are all Luke. Just Luke Army is what we are. But,
well,
we're getting back into the game. 2 seconds. We got a match to cast. Come on, guys.
True story. So everyone Luke out. We've got the rest of this round to go. 3-point differential between these teams, Corrosion and Flare, in the second round, as it will be Flare first off on this joust. Vanzy up high to the popped Voodoo, but Voodoo was indeed popped and dropped by the stuns, so back to the midfield where it's taken over again.
And time getting that clear. Maybe a weird bounce there into the goal as we saw it earlier, but no. I honestly, I love seeing those shots because I don't know if they're ever intended, which they don't look like they are, but some people are like totally intended, and I sometimes think they're lying, but I don't want to think they're lying, and I want to think they're good as Avoid sends it up to Time. Sorry, I'm getting these names mixed up now, and Time going to be able to get that 3 there. Score now 2-8 in this second round. Corrosion leading here still in this second round. Let's see. I want to see Flare get some points. I want to see Flare mount a comeback, get a reverse sweep, maybe take it to an OT, but I definitely want to see a third round.
Yeah, absolutely. You saw in that last play there, I mean, still a good dive on the hole, just slightly misread on the grab, so that's what enabled Time to get it to go. That said, though, Flare is going to have that disc overtaken. A great pass, a great series of passes. Wow, not easy at all. But at the end of the day, the shot does drop, and it is indeed just a 4-point game off of that. Well done.
Yeah, and Time is going to get the hand on it, but unfortunately just brought it into the goal. Wasn't a little... If only he was a little bit further out from goal, I think it would have been a save. But unfortunately, he was so close in that goal that it just kind of brought it in. So, unfortunate there, but Tortoise now on that right side, bringing it up. No pressure, just going to walk it. Still walking it. Still walking it. Tortoise up to Time. Time sending it to maybe into the goal. Time, 2 points. Time, how many points does Time have? Time has 15 points. Not only does he have 15 points, but he has 3 assists. Time is cracked, as people would say.
Yeah, people love it when I say that. Mixe. Ooh, where's Luke? Luke's not here. Luke's in venues. Silly Mixe. Into the midfield, though, trying to mix things up a bit as they will overtake. A very quick fling will just be snagged up by Tortoise. It has a little bit of time to line up that left lane clear, already splitting the stacks. It will be a Void, and a Void way down the floor. That was a nice heave with no time at all to spare, but alas, it will just result in a back pass to Thunder and back into the trap.
And we'll be up to Time. Time, open goal. Time secures another 3 for Corrosion. Time keeps putting points on the board. Time and again. Time and again.
Indeed.
Time puts points on the board time and again. So, yeah, Time having a great game, feeling it, on fire, literally on fire. Put it out as Thunder sends it down to that right side. Vanzi cannot get the hand and will be picked up by Time. Time sending that bounce clear, but no, Newt on the back line sends it up to the left side, over to the right side. Vanzi coming in off the ding ring, unfortunate, and will be picked up again by Thunder. Thunder trying to send it that shield, but takes an unfortunate bounce.
But still, yeah, recovered here by a Void, and down the field they go. Some great leeches in the midfield, but some overreaches, overshoots from the Flare side will enable a Void to capture that disc. Back to Tortoise. Tortoise way across the spacing here, just really wide open for all these passing lanes. That said, it does take a ricochet. Still, Tortoise grabs it right back. Tortoise to Time from above, and dinging, and maybe a return to sender on that defender. We saw that earlier from Vanzi one way. Well, Void says, I can do it that way as well.
All right. So now we're seeing Corrosion kick it into gear again. We're seeing Corrosion dominate again. Flare, they have Time. I've seen it before. They have Time as a headbutt. Actually, that was a good headbutt. Whoa.
Wow.
Okay. Honestly, I wouldn't advise headbutts, but if it's that kind of headbutt, then I would advise it, because those headbutts are really swag, in my opinion. As Tortoise and the floor with it, Tortoise bringing it in, pressure by Voodoo, up to Tony. Tony juking. Oh, good stun there from Newt. Newt gonna clear it all the way through that right tunnel, all the way down. Might be seeing a stack here from one of these teams, might be seeing a collection, and it will be slapped out by Time through that right tunnel.
You know, back to one of your points from a minute ago, though, on those headbutts. The thing is, players at these high levels have gotten so good at those lately. I actually just had this conversation yesterday. I was doing some Priv game scrims. Sweet Tooth was on one of the teams, and we were just kind of chatting afterwards. And I was mentioning, I don't know how people have gotten so good at those these days. As a passing play will maybe get open goal or open lane, but was unable to convert. But I was saying, I don't know how people do it so well, and yet they just do now. People can aim, especially, you know, Sweet Tooth and Anomaly. We've seen them execute these stellar headbutt plays. And Sweet Tooth actually gave me some tips as a Void tips it into the goal. And I got marginally better at the headbutts in the span of a few minutes, just thanks to Sweet Tooth. So shout out to that. But on that note, yeah, players are just too good at those angles, those bounces, and even the headbutts now. It's pretty crazy.
I try to headbutt, like, I don't know how to headbutt, so I always applaud anyone that is able to, as another really good headbutt comes through.
There you go.
Might be able to get the score, is Thunder, but no, a good save from Time having an amazing game. Good saves, good passes, and 18 points. Up to Newt again. Newt trying to get this shot, but no, off the backboard and off the ding ring. Avoid, gonna get the slap. 30 seconds left in this round 2. The game will, unfortunately for the side of Flare, be in the hands of Corrosion. Great game overall. Flare just hasn't been able to find their shots. Flare just hasn't been able to get the points as one last shot comes in from these teams. They're trying to get a little bit more points on this board. The last 5 seconds, a lot of dings coming through. What is going on? And that will be the final score of this game. 4-17, Corrosion.
Oh, wow. Talk about statement matches. Corrosion here, who actually for both these teams, coming into the season late as a roster, and yet, a lot of confidence being shown. That's just a huge effort from them, and well done on the win.
Well done on the win, indeed. Corrosion, they're a very high-speed team. I mean, I saw them last season, season 3. They are just a fast team. And with speed,
sorry,
they also
gulping water. That's all.
Yeah,
I need it desperately.
Speed is a big thing. They beat a lot of people off of those stack races, which is a big thing, I think.
Yeah. Well, I agree. It's one of the fastest teams and stacks in the game you'll see. Applies to Corrosion and applies to the old Corrosion players as well, as I mentioned, a couple of them on Overkill. I mean, either way you cut it, it's so incredibly fast. By the way, Mixe, where you at? Where? Hope I did this right. Got it on the forehead. I'm not gonna forget now.
Mixay. That's all I have to say.
Mixay. Let's see, did that actually turn out well? You know, the E is backwards, but and again, in fairness, I was kind of doing it mostly blind.
Mixay.
Well, Mixay with a backwards E. I got close. In any case, good victory there for Corrosion. What time is it now? We got. All right, so yeah, we do have about 10 minutes until the next match still, I believe, which is. Let's see, so many, it's easy to kind of forget. But, the Memers versus Tenacious Herbivores. Delicious. Okay, so we will have that match next. But as far as this one, any parting thoughts on your end, Focus?
Only thing I have to say is Mixay.
Mixay. All right. Well, that said, don't worry, it's not permanent, I don't think. Aha. And now it's gone. Magic. All right. Well, Focus, thanks for joining me, and Chat, thanks for joining me. Wonder, thanks for redemption earlier on, as well as Boston with the hydrations, of which I was taking muchos advantage of, and at least for one more match here tonight, I will continue doing so all the way to the credits. So, channel points, but of course. There you have it, and there we go. So, from VRML Channel 1, I've been Palidore, that's been Focus EXE. This has been Flare vs. Corrosion, along with some other matches before and still yet to come. So, until then, be happy, healthy, safe, and be good to each other. I'm going to see you again real soon. And, oh, still one more match on venues, so go tune into that. In fact, I'll probably raid you guys over there in a second, so yeah. Okay, bye. Cheers.
Season 4 of VRML Echo Arena is brought to you by HyperX, Asterion Products, VRware, Rebuff Reality, VR Cover, and ProTube VR.